Okay. So high school, a lot of people don't understand, man, my swag when it comes to metal, right? So my dad, bro, he was Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Metallica. You know what I'm saying? 90s, rock as well. That's what I got into. So I was into my own thing, just kind of scratching the surface. And I thought that, man, like Ozzy and Randy Rhoads was like, like the best guitar player. And like nothing could get harder than like Metallica, Pantera. You know what I'm saying?
Metallica's pretty hard. Pantera's pretty
well, but my thing was I never knew.
Like you weren't exploring yet.
No, not at all, right? And I'll never forget this day. Right, I say that we were in the Cougar, but you said we were in something else, right?
But definitely could have been in the Cougar, dog, because the Cougar did not have a CD player, bro.
Oh, okay.
Think about like in the 90s. Oh, I think I had a Thunderbird too. That one had a CD player, but maybe I don't think so, bro.
I think it was a Thunderbird.
Blue one? It was a blue one.
No.
The 91 Thunderbird. Damn, boy. What you know about that,
bro? So, my dad had gotten me White Pony, Deftones White Pony, and I remember I had that on CD.
First one you ever heard?
Yeah.
First Deftones ever? White Pony?
Yes, because obviously I was like a Change in the House of Flies. Right. Because
MTV,
I was like 10 or 12 years old, right? Because it came out in 2000, right? So I was 12 and I was like, man. Remember I would listen to Back to School and you were like, that's a dumb song. Back to School. He was like, that's dumb, dog. And I was just like, I think it's tight because it was like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was like, like Chino was busting out. Then I went into your car and you were listening to Self-Titled. He was listening to Hexagram, bro, and that broke.
I think that shit was on repeat at that time,
bro. That broke my mind and I was like, "Who's this?" And you were like, "This is a Deftones song," and I'm like, "This is the Deftones."
I know Deftones, right?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I know," but not like this. And bro, they had went dark at that time too, right? Self-Titled. Right
I was about to say, on your damn arm right there,
bro. So
I hope it made an influence on your life.
Oh man, so then Hexagram, Minerva, whatever, and then
come in here. Let me wipe your fucking nose right there, Junior.
Bro, so then, bro, you started introducing me into all that. You know what I'm saying? All that type of like, what was it? Poison the Well, Across 5 Aprils.
Like emo kind of?
Yeah.
It went from like Deftones, that's like progressive, and then it went to like the emo, and then it went to like
post-hardcore. Yeah. Like
that's when everything changed for me too, dog.
Definitely, bro. Dog, one of the coolest things that was part of my childhood, which I kind of piggyback off yours, was Unmask Your Savior, bro. When y'all started the band.
Yeah. All that came from that though, bro. That was just like, I always would sing and mess around younger, like even R&B or whatever, trying to rap. I try to freestyle, all kinds of dumb shit, bro. I always play around, right? And then I started hearing Deftones and rock and stuff like that. And I would sing the indie rock or the alternative. I would sing that stuff. And then Deftones, I tried to sing like Chino and fucking dress like him, I was doing all that shit. And then I got into the not Poison the Well, but like stuff like the Used and like the emo, right? Under Oath. So I started to scream and mess around with that. And I was like, this is kind of going kind of cool. And then the first band we had was called Abandon the Silence. That was the first band we had. And it was like an emo type of vibe because we didn't have a person. He only had a one kick drum. So there was no double bass and that stuff. Okay. And then we ended up getting Rufo. So we got Rufo.
Who was it in the first one?
Max,
you, Marco?
My friend Max. Remember him, Max?
I think so. Was it you, Marco, and Monkey still?
It was Marco, me, Max, Monkey, and then that was just that. We didn't have another guitar player.
Okay.
And then we got Val later on, and then switched drummers out. We got Rufo, and then that's when we kind of became like Unmasked. We like came back as Unmasked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro.
So it was like emo kind of, and then from there it started to be like metal, and then the last stuff that we had was like straight metal, dog. Like it sounded like the bands at the time, 2011.
Yeah. Oh, so it was at that time.
From 2006 to 2011.
Bro, explain to me the scene at that point in time. So I was in high school. Y'all were out of high school, but what was the Rabbit like at that point in time? Bro, because that shaped
the Rabbit
who I am now.
There was shows every night.
Exactly.
Every night, Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday I think it was closed. Or sometimes they would have free show. It was like free shit. Like it was a show every day, and then the national acts would come, bro. If you were gonna go see a show, you're going to the Rabbit to see it. If it was like, bro, like As Blood Runs Black or like August Burns Red, As I Lay Dying, like everybody was going to the Rabbit, bro. It was the shit,
bro. I'll never, dude. It's some of my most memorable, events, like shows that I ever saw. I remember this once. I know you know this time, the Sanctuary.
Oh, dog, yeah, bro.
So I'm at the Sanctuary, man. I'm listening to Poison the Well, and I'm like, we didn't even. Did we say that we were gonna see each other there? I don't know. No, we didn't, right? I'm watching Poison the Well, and somebody grabs me from behind, and he's singing like "Zombies are good for your health," or I don't know what it is, and it's T-Dog, and I'm like, oh snap, bro, that was awesome.
I think it was like
bro.
me. It was me, Max, and his chick, and then
You had the
there was
Bronco,
somebody else.
you had the Bronco, right?
Yeah, I had the Bronco, and then it was you and Alex, right?
Mhm.
You and Alex, and then I took y'all home.
I think so.
Yeah, dog. That
Dog.
Was, I was faded too. I shouldn't have drove you home. But it didn't matter though.
Also, too, I remember, bro, we were at
Julian. It was Julian too.
Was it?
Yeah, because Julian, that was his shit.
That was his band, right?
He's the one, dog. If Julian would have never, I'll never forget this, if he would have never got the sampler from Hot Topic, that's where that shit came from. And it was You Come Before You. It was a sample.
Oh, for real?
Wall. I didn't even know about
No.
the other ones. Yes.
No.
That's the first time I heard
Nah,
it.
bro, because remember they were on Trustkill. So
No, but it was a DVD that Julian had got. It was
I remember that one.
It was a sample DVD, and it was You Come Before You, the cover. So like when you put it in, it was a DVD of that Warped Tour show, and they
Gotcha.
were playing that album. And it wasn't even out yet, bro. And then it came out,
Oh,
and then
the
it
Warped
was,
Tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Warped Tour, and it was like Ghost Chant and those songs, and then that album came out, bro. If it wasn't for Julian talking about like this band is badass, and I was all, man. And then after a while, I was like, man, this shit is really good, bro. And then it's like that album they just dropped.
Bro, it's great, man. I
Crazy.
was listening on the way over here.
It's fucking badass,
It's
bro.
badass, bro. Oh, as a matter of fact, yeah, they're coming. ATX. I think I need to check that one out.
I think it's gonna be not Kill Switch for me, only because I've already seen them like 4 times. I would like to see. I saw Poison only that one time, so that would be dope to see them again.
in Austin.
And then there's that's the one place they're coming. They're not coming to San Antonio.
Yeah, they're no. Poison was only going in Austin. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. Well, speaking of that, check this out. I'm gonna text you
see
something.
they let me out the house on that one.
Jason or what? Is Jason gonna go?
Jason wants to go to Kill Switch. I don't know what he wants to do yet.
What about August Burns Red?
He don't really fuck with them.
No.
Nah.
Check your phone real quick.
I seen them though. We saw them one time. Remember?
Who?
And you met Jake.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow, you
remember?
were there
Yeah, I took you. We went together.
for real?
Yes, dog. What is that? What you got? Was it one of these for me?
Yeah, that's for me, you, and Jason. We're gonna go see August Burns Red, dog.
Damn. I'm gonna tell him today. Hopefully, I'm gonna tell him I appreciate you, dog. Damn, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
I got those tickets before.
I'm gonna tell him today. Hopefully, he was in a bad mood this morning.
Now, check this out. Check this out. So there's a VIP upgrade, bro, to meet Jake. And I don't know if you want to throw in for that or what, but we could go and do that too. That's before the show. So
that'll be badass shit. I would like to meet him. Yeah,
Bro.
I was gonna say or August Burns Red because I saw them just that one time, and I don't even think I got to see him. I think we got there late. It was like Stick to Your Guns, August Burns Red, and August Burns Red was like under though. They were like the opening act, or something like that. And I didn't get to see him. And you met Jake. I remember that day because you signed a ticket. Remember he had like a fedora and shit.
Yeah.
with the hoodie on. See, my memory's like it's crazy.
I met
My
him
memory's crazy.
outside.
Yeah, outside.
I
Mhm.
followed him outside. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, Jake.
And he had just barely started with them. Probably he wasn't singing for them that long yet.
Yeah,
Because they had the
so.
other dude. Remember, Thrill Seeker.
That's true. Him actually doing so I want to go meet him, bro. And you think X, the universe can conspire for me, and I'll
Put him
tell
on.
him on the podcast.
That'd be dope.
I have to ask him, right?
Of course.
What do you think he's gonna say? Hell nah.
I don't know. He seems pretty cool.
My people.
They seem like
Maybe.
cool dudes.
I don't know, man. I mean, man, we're talking about my favorite band.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I mean, that other than Jake, it'd probably be like
Chino.
Chino, yeah,
Ooh, imagine. Or Johnny Depp. I just Johnny Depp.
or what's it called? The other day, remember when
Leonardo.
the other day, Skylar Kroom.
Yeah.
Dude, I talked with him at the
Remember
show.
he was wearing a crazy hat, right, or something?
Yeah, I talked with him and I told him, hey man, I'm about to get a podcast. This, that. And then I said,
What was that like though? He's crazy.
He's cool, man. Smoking a joint at the end of the show, just kicking it with everybody. He did a move, man, which was pretty cool when we went to go see him. Me, Xavier, Julie. He just jumped off the stage right after the first song, and he just started taking pictures with everybody from right then and there. Started, just chilling with everybody, and then everybody kind of just left his ass alone. And I was like, that was pretty slick, bro.
Yeah,
He
so they
didn't-
won't be rushing him later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then he was just walking around the crowd, bro, which he usually kind of does. So yeah, after the show, I told him, hey man, I'm going to start a podcast. I said, do you have a manager that I could get in touch with? He said, Instagram me. I was like,
I mean, you can't.
That's
why
probably
not?
the go-to though. Instagram, right?
Why not though?
Hey, you never know.
bro. People are like, especially people like E is Legend, bro. They've been around for a long time. I mean, you don't never know. They could be like, man, like we're falling off, or they don't care anymore. They're just like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. If he went into the crowd like that and just said what's up like that, I mean, why wouldn't he come on your podcast, bro? Why not?
Well, at the same time, somebody I've seen all his interviews and stuff, and somebody did a podcast with him just like on Skype, and
just a video?
that's how I would assume that
That's
they
cool.
would do it. I don't know. I don't think they would. I mean, unless they came to San Antonio and they would just want to kick it for an hour.
Yeah, like
or
during the
something
show.
yeah,
That'd be dope.
I mean, that would be cool. If one day this would be big enough to where it'd be worth their time to come.
You got, dog, I mean, what you're doing here is fucking dope. I think that you're finally doing what you wanted to do. I say, why not fucking, shoot for the stars, bro. Do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. You want to go meet Jake? You want to go to August Burns Red and tell him, hey, be my podcast? And why not? Fucking say, dog.
I mean,
Tell him, bro. I'll be right there. Yeah.
Well, the other day, remember when we were at Azalea Dine? You were like, "Go, dog." Remember, Tim
was walking around. Oh, he was through that door, right?
Dog, he's a fucking
Fucking jacked,
monster,
bro.
dog. Right? He's that big. He's as big as that door.
Nah, he's big, bro.
And I'm like, oh snap! And he's like, go, dog. He's like, go, dog. You go. That's our childhood right there, bro. Go. And there was like 2 security guards, like,
But it was like he was like in a door. It was like kind of closed, right? It wasn't all the way open, like where
Yeah.
they had just played.
And he was there. I think he was just like giving love to like these chicks, right?
Of
And
course.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, nah. I was like, hell nah. It looked like he was already on his way out, but I was just like, nah. I don't know about that. But yeah, you were telling me to go. Speaking of which, remember, dog, that one time we were at the Rabbit, and Forever comes on, and I'm like, lift me, dog.
And you
I'm
went. That's why I'm saying you go, because you're always the person that fucking does that shit, bro. I ain't gonna do that
So
shit.
you know how Forever, right? He's like, come up here and sing it with me, and everybody's going crazy, right? And I'm telling TJ, lift me, dog. I'm like, lift me. And he lifts me up,
Throw him up there.
dog, and I grabbed. Remember, I
all the way
grabbed
up
him,
there.
and we
And
did
he-
each other.
And you sang it, huh?
Yeah, man. I was singing,
Ah,
and I
see
get
that?
down, and you were like, I hate you, dog. You were like, I hate you.
If I wouldn't have been there to lift you up, dog.
Dog, that was tight, man. Dude, I'll never forget that. I remember they opened up with Through Struggle, everything, right?
That was a fire one. That one and the one Sounds of the Underground. I remember it was like in the
Xavier's there,
parking
right?
lot. Remember
You were
that?
there, right?
It was like Verizon Wireless.
Yeah,
or
with
whatever.
Gwar.
With Gwar, yeah. It was Gwar. It was
Trivium?
Trivium. Fucking what's the other one?
Bro,
the one I liked. The
that
one I liked.
concert was low though. Remember?
It was low because we were far, but it was like a fucking rowdy pit.
Because we were
Oh.
outside, no?
What the hell was All Their Remains? All Their Remains was there.
All That Remains was
Dude,
there.
All my shit. Trivium. Yeah.
Straight
Oh, I
up.
said Trivium already.
Gwar. remember?
Gwar, yeah, they were pissing on the crowd. Or they had a dinosaur with a dick or what it was. It's some shit like that.
Don't
That
they
shit was
like
wild.
they took somebody apart or some shit like that?
I don't know what
man.
they were doing, dog. Fucking Sirloin. That's the singer's name, dog. Sirloin.
No, it's not.
Yeah, or
bro.
the bass player or some shit. I don't know. Like, they have a crazy ass name.
Was
dog.
that the show that we were at where they were like they were checking the mics?
Sirloin.
They were checking the mics and they were like syphilis 1, syphilis.
yeah, yeah. That's the one. Yes, dog, because they're like all foul or so. I don't know what their shit is, bro. I never jammed their music.
Well,
But
okay,
they
wait
play
a
pretty
minute.
hard. They play hard though.
Gwar?
Yeah.
Oh
they're
man,
like,
yeah,
they're
they play.
shredding that shit. Yeah.
What was your first show
My first show.
ever?
It was at Bonds.
No, I mean the first
Oh,
one
to
that you-
go?
Yeah, you ever been to?
I
was at Bonds when it was your first show.
It was a Stained.
For real?
It was Stained and Static X at Sun Gardens.
Damn.
No, it was probably like 99. No, it was probably like 2000, like probably 2000, like senior year maybe.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn,
Maybe like
I
right-
got you.
maybe
I
like-
got you beat.
Maybe like right out of high school, like 2002. Or whatever,
Well,
graduated.
you know when my first
Supposed to
one,
graduate.
you know when my first one was, and there was this badass transition here too. Me and Xavier, man, and Julie Limp Bizkit, bro.
Oh, nice.
Xavier told me, my memory sucks. Badass show. Xavier told me that DMX was supposed to be there.
It was on was it Lollapalooza? I mean, what the fuck was it? That
It was
tour?
no, it was a Chocolate Starfish tour.
Oh, I'm thinking of that damn. What'd you call it? The one that was all crazy.
Oh, Woodstock?
Yeah, it was on 99.
Well, I think that's how they became.
Well, that's when they were doing it, right? DMX was with them.
He was supposed to come, right, X? So yeah, so he was supposed to come, and he flaked out on us or whatever. So it was Godsmack, Sinistar, and like Limp Bizkit.
Oh, you know
right?
what's a like a damn, like we didn't get to go. There was remember when Linkin Park did the whole thing with Jay-Z and they did that reanimation? And
Oh
the
yeah,
remix?
yeah.
And they were gonna come to Dallas. They were gonna come to Dallas or Austin. I don't know where they're coming, bro. And we had got tickets and we were gonna go. Me, Marco, and like a bunch of people. And that's when Chester passed away, bro. And it was like,
Man.
damn, that was one. And then the whole that one, and then Dozen Furies broke up. Like, there's always been like the what ifs, right? DMX would have been sick, bro, to see.
Man, bro, that's one of the ones that I really, really regret.